Hi babies! So, since unfortunately the walkouts are continuing, because the legislature can't seem to come to a decision yet, school is still closed. Now, however, school being closed doesn't mean that y'all don't get to learn, especially because I have a feeling that a lot of your parents are probably going to be calling you out on those extra days that they had to schedule. Thus, we need to get y'all caught up on Romeo and Juliet. Do you want to help them? Do you want to help them learn? He's going to help you learn Romeo and Juliet. It's going to be great. Oh, gosh. Okay, so, it is a beautiful, gorgeous day outside. I really hope that you all do this outside. But this specifically is for y'all, my freshmen. Now, my 5th hour freshmen, don't forget, I asked you which one you wanted to do. You all said that, yes, 5th hour, sorry, 5th hour said that they wanted to go ahead and tackle Act 2 paragraph and Act 3 paragraph all in one go. So y'all owe me 2 paragraphs. My 4th hour, you only owe me 1. You only owe me the paragraph for Act 3. So, let's recap on Act 3 really quickly for Romeo and Juliet. That way we can get you all nice and caught up. So, with Act 3, it begins right after Romeo and Juliet get married in Friar Lawrence's cell. Then, a whole bunch of people die. So, Romeo starts wandering the streets because he's trying to figure out what to do as he's killing time before he can have his wedding night with Juliet. And he ends up running into Mercutio. Now, Mercutio has already been starting some stuff with Tybalt. Tybalt is only looking for Romeo, but Mercutio sticks his nose into it, and he starts kind of antagonizing Tybalt. So, as a result, Mercutio and Tybalt start fighting. Romeo tries to stop them because he and Tybalt are family now because of Juliet. However, in the fight between his best friend and his now newfound family member, Mercutio loses, which is sad and awful, because bae. And then Romeo goes off the handle, because that's his best friend. Like, you can't really blame him for being that upset. So, he gets so enraged and is so furious that he chases after Tybalt and murders Tybalt. So, then the prince comes in and he hands down a judgment. Because remember, if you remember from Act 1, the prince has already said that if you fight, then he will personally put you to death. So, the prince vows that Romeo should be banished instead of killing him. Now, he doesn't kill him because Romeo killed Tybalt, who would have had to die because he killed Mercutio. So, like, he still committed a crime, but, like, also the same kind of thing that the law would have done. So, yeah, it gets kind of weird and sketchy. But, regardless, the prince banishes Romeo. When Romeo finds out, he's an effing mess. Oh my god, he's falling apart, he's crying, the friar is like, boy, come on, your tears are womanish, knock it off, you are very fortunate. And it's to the point that Romeo even threatens to kill himself. He asks, where is the name Romeo lodged, so that way I can carve it out, and he pulls out a dagger. The friar stops him and is like, boy, relax, we'll figure it out, it'll be okay. The nurse tells Juliet, at first, because the nurse is being very unclear, she thinks that the nurse is saying that Romeo is dead, when really the nurse is crying over Tybalt. So there's some confusion over all of that. Eventually the story comes out, and Juliet decides to side with Romeo, and that she does love him. So then they have their wedding night, and we don't get to see any of it, which I'm sure y'all are salty about, but whatever. So we don't get to see any of it, and then, oh, I lost my train of thought. Then, oh yeah, so they have their wedding night, and they have to say goodbye, because Romeo has to flee the city, or else he'll die, right? Now, as he's leaving, a little problem has occurred with Juliet's dad and mom, because they decided that since she was clearly so upset over Tybalt's death, that they should go ahead and get her married. to Paris, which of course is a problem because she's already married, and that's like a huge sin. Like, her eternal soul is screwed if she does that, if she marries 2 men at once. So, she refuses to marry Paris when they tell her the news, and then Dad says, no, 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 you will marry Paris, or that's it. I don't care. You can hang, you can die, you can beg in the streets, starve, I don't care. You are no longer my child. Which, of course, is a little harsh, but, you know. Now, remember, so that's your quick little recap on Act 3. You need to give me your Act 3 paragraph. And remember, the prompt is, who, based on Act 3, so based on what we just covered, who is responsible for Romeo and Juliet's death at the end of the play? You can blame anybody in there, but you need to pick one person and blame that person. You do need to use quotes. So, in the link, I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the No Fear Shakespeare, the Spark Notes, the online version. That way you all can find your quotes and still have that set and ready to go by the time that we do get back into class. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give you that update for right there. If the walkout continues tomorrow and we continue to miss class, we will go ahead and start Act 4. That way y'all don't miss out on your education just because the legislature can't figure out what it's doing. So, I love you. I miss you. Please, please, please be safe. Please be safe. So, period 4, y'all only have to do 1 paragraph. Period 5, you need to do Act 2 and Act 3. Don't forget. So 2 separate paragraphs. Y'all said you were going to catch up. So, now's your chance to. I will give you an update tomorrow. I might even go ahead and just preemptively record that video now and then upload it for y'all. And I will read this to you and we will get you where you need to be. That way you all can do your dagger project and we can finish the year strong. So, be careful, be safe. I'll keep you updated with what I can when I can. I love you. Bye.